Alright, so unfortunately there's no plumbing for this 3-bay sink in the area, but there is a vent that's up in the ceiling, and then there is a drain that's about 15 feet away downstairs. This sink's got to get slid over, so we're going to take care of that, and all the ice chests are going to come down. And Mo's going to be my guy that preps all the things, pre-solders and whatnot throughout the day. So we're going to get started with putting these Franklin wastes on. And then we're just going to start moving. Once I start moving, forget about it. This thing's going to be done today. Three-bay sink is actually where I learned to use silicone in 2015. I had a call back about 4 times for these drains leaking with putty. Switched over to silicone, never got a call back after that. All right, so this one we're going to be piping it in 3-inch. We got the 3-inch copper trap. We got the 3x2 double TY. They only had 3x2 fitting reducers for pressure, so Big Mo's cutting her down to fit it for DWV. We're gonna put the trap in the middle. If I can find the code where it says the trap should be no less than 30 inches from each bay, I will post that down here, but at least that was in the old code. I'm not sure what it says in the new code. Big Mo in deep concentration. We're gonna start fitting it up and give him some measurements. Let's go. I got too much faith in you? Do I gotta give you the 2-check threat? Yeah, she's thick. Let's go. I see some people put the trap at the beginning and then do a runner across. But I believe in the code it says that the trap shouldn't be no more than 30 inches from each bay, so which makes it to go into the middle. It's the easiest way. So, double TY in the middle, trap's gonna move underneath, and then it's gonna go over to that. Let's go see what Mo's doing. Steady hand, Mo. Steady hand, Mo. Let's go. You nervous? No one can see it? Ah. I know I should get a B-tank for this shit, but what are you gonna do? I'm just a house mouse and I get to take a day off from PVC and PEX. I was actually gonna use copper lock on all this, but the supply house guy called me a pussy and peer pressure's real, so we're soldering. Big Mo preps one end before he marks and cuts the other end. That's the way to do it. Use the vise. Use the vise. That's why we use vices. Last solder joint. Let's watch and see if I make a drip. All right, it's noon. This is where we're at so far. I don't have the faucet, or else I would have mounted the faucet. I'm not sure if I can even make the last connection on the vent, because then I don't know if I can get the sink off the wall. But we got the drain all in, clean outs across, 2-inch into 3-inch. Grease trap was fitted. We're working on the vent for the trap now, which is that first TY on its back. I got the vent up into the ceiling, and then we tied into the sink vent above. See, cut a TY in, and then drop over 2-inch. Now the fun part. I gotta slide that back in once we solder it, and then make the connections on the vents, and then chip up a tile and get a 3-inch line down into the basement. So we're almost out of the first floor. So now we're adding the waistline from the grease interceptor into the basement. We're gonna go through that tile right there. I figured out that the joists downstairs are here and back there. So we're gonna cut that square open, drop a 3-inch line down, and try to make it as neat as possible. Where's your guard? Talk about making something out of nothing over here. Let's fucking go, boys. We got the hole in the floor. We missed a joist. We're in the basement. We're gonna drop down. We're gonna vent it up, hit that 2-inch Y right there, and then we got everything vented. And then we gotta go downstairs. That's for a different day, different story. So we got the upstairs plumbed in, vents going up, tiles cut. We got the vent going over to the front of the grease trap. We got the vent for the P-trap underneath the 3-bay sink. You got your clean outs. When I solder these things, I put water inside the bays. That way it keeps all the Franklin waste nice and cool. And the sink got moved over. Not a bad Saturday, all right? I am missing a 3x2. But now the tough part is down in the basement. This is for next week. So the 3-bay sink is unfortunately through this little window. It's gonna be dropping down back there somewhere. We're gonna have to, there's Mo, say hi Mo. What's up? And we may have to core a hole through the foundation. We're not sure yet.
Haven't done that in 10 years.
And then we're gonna tie in down over there. It's been a couple of years for sure. Anyways, 6-2, nothing new. Saturday, let's get the fuck out of here.